Hi, I'm Devin Teehan, and today I'm interviewing Mr. Lemon about guidance and how counselors aid the college application process.
We do have an open door policy in our office, so you can always just come in and see if your counselor is available at a time when you're not supposed to be in another class. But you can always send your counselor an email. It's really helpful if you want to request an appointment that you let us know when you're free and available to do that. But you can also come in and talk to either Mrs. Perez or Miss Q, and they'll put you on our calendar. They have access to it and can schedule you at a time when you're available. So any of those options work. Naviance is the sort of college and career planning resource that we make available to students 9th through 12th grade. Earlier in your high school career, you're going to use it more as a source of sort of research and information. You can find lots of information about colleges, about potential careers. We do career inventories with students in 9th and 10th grade through health classes to try and get them thinking about that kind of stuff. And by the time you get to senior year, it serves a functional purpose in terms of how you do your college application. So like we submit letters of recommendation and transcripts through Naviance. So it's a big piece of what guidance uses to help students with that process. Well, I think we are sort of the high school source of information about processes. We do our best to understand lots and lots about colleges, but there are over 5,000 colleges that, in the U.S. It's impossible for us to know everything about every school. But we have a really in-depth understanding of how the process works, how students can organize themselves in a way that makes sense, and how to find the information that they need if we don't know it off the top of our head. So we work really closely. I have seniors who are in my office almost every day over the course of the fall asking questions, and it's fine. It's part of what we're here for. So I think part of our job is to help them make sure that they're staying on the right path, but also to help them feel okay about it, because college applications can be a pretty stressful thing for students. So part of it is us trying to make them feel better about what they're doing. So for 9th grade, sometimes the transition from middle school to high school, the first couple of months, the first quarter can be a little bit tough. So the best advice I can give for 9th grade is work hard and don't be afraid to ask for help. There are a lot of times you'll get into a new level or a new class, and there's something that's confusing to you, or you're struggling with a concept, and I think sometimes it can be a little scary to ask your teacher, to tell your teacher that you don't understand something, or to be confused, to admit that you're confused about something. And what I would say is, you should absolutely ask for help when you're confused. The teachers want to know when you don't understand something. If there's something you're struggling with, your counselors want to talk with you about it. That's why we're here. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Sophomores, sophomore year is really, to me, about kind of settling in on a course load that makes sense for you. You've gone through your freshman year. You should have a sense of how, which classes are the right level of challenge for you. If you took any that were too hard or too easy in freshman year, sophomore year is your opportunity to sort of fix that, to make corrections and make sure that your course load makes sense for you. And we do start to do some work around sort of college and career planning in sophomore year. Not everybody's ready to have that conversation, but at least getting you to start thinking about future stuff. Junior year, I think, is a really critical year. You have to make sure that academically you leave yourself in a good place. It's the most recent information colleges are going to see on your transcript. So if you have a really good freshman and sophomore year and then struggle in junior year, that can be a really tough thing in the admissions process. But I think the other piece is, in junior year, it's really important that students start to think about what they want to do after high school and start creating a plan for themselves to help them work toward their goals, and that's one of the things we do as counselors to help with that. And then senior year can be obviously really stressful, especially through the fall as you're putting your applications together. And so being organized, having a specific plan and having a system in place to make sure you take care of all the things that you need to, I think tends to make a big difference in terms of how students can manage their stress in the senior year. And don't stop working. A lot of seniors stop working in the spring of senior year, and that's a mistake. It's not a good habit to get into, and it can mess up what happens with your admissions. So you have to see the year through to the end. RHS Hope is our high school student assistance program. We kind of modeled our name after MS Hope, which is the same program at the middle school. We work with students who are struggling with something. It can be academics, it can be personal, emotional kinds of things. Sometimes it has to do with, issues with drugs and alcohol or things along those lines. It's a group of staff members here in the building, counselors, administrators, the nurse, school psychologists, and we talk about kids that are struggling. We try and identify kids that we see as, something's going on there. We're seeing a change in behavior, a change in grades, a change in something that's scary or concerning to us. And so what we do is we work together to try and figure out who those kids are that need help and try and connect them with the resources that'll help them figure out whatever it is that they're struggling with.